Good morning. It's Elliot Palmer, chairperson of the commission. If we could, let's go around and just do our official roll call. So
Holly Watkins.
Okay.
Lynn Williams.
Susan Foster.
Nick Slovak.
Tracy Freeman Hines.
Okay. And Elliot Palmer. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get busy, you all, so that we can get going. The agenda for today is basically the same agenda as usual, with the liaison reports, the chairman's reports, the committee reports, the new business, old business. Can we get approval for the minutes for the agenda for today? Everybody had a copy.
That sent to us, I'm sorry, was that sent to us beforehand?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I had to get a chance to look over that. I second. Or maybe you hadn't.
All right, all in favor of approving the minutes, the agenda?
Second.
Okay. All right, unanimous. And the minutes from the last meeting, did you all get a chance to see those?
When were those minutes sent out? I don't seem to have a copy of them.
Okay.
I believe they were sent out yesterday.
Okay, let me take a look.
Tracy, do you have them in front of you?
I do. I can go ahead and read them out.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Do I read out like the meeting attendees?
Yeah, just read it all.
Okay. All right. So the minutes we're reading is from March 10th. Those in attendance: Elliot Palmer, Lynn Williams, Ryan Johnston, Susan Foster, Nick Slovak, Holly Watkins, myself, and Ricardo Young. Absent was Mr. Joshua Bishop. We approved the minutes from February 10th. I made the motion to approve minutes. Holly Watkins seconded the motion. Minutes approved unanimously. No report for chairman. Outreach report. Nicholas has a proposal for monthly series that will be called Outreach Series to be ready to launch in May. Nicholas will meet with the Outreach Committee this coming week and have something planned by the 19th of March. First series will be focused on substance use treatment resources. Second series will be a virtual town hall to connect with community. Elliot suggested that members of the commission can assist with speakers for the outreach series. One of the speaker slots can be reserved for Curtis Taylor. Tracy will provide a list of resources to Ryan for a comprehensive list to distribute to the community. Education report. Website of Post Center has been updated to reflect the upcoming spring series. It is also advertised on social media. Please share with others. Upcoming update of the website will also include a link to the City of Raleigh /commission. Communications report. I think that's a typo. Continue to focus on getting information and resources out to COVID testing sites as soon as possible. Tracy will get a list of resources surrounding treatment to Ryan. Would like information about stats on the increase of substance use and mental health during COVID. Staff liaison report reported that 2 team members have transitioned out of DEI. Era, is it pronounced Era or Ara? Era? Ara will be taking on the role of staff liaison. Unity Day went well, serving over 1,000 families. Part 2 of this event will be concluded with the delivery of care packages to the unsheltered. Updating the website will take some time. Please let Demetrius know what specific resources you would like to add to the website. Treasury report. Currently, the commission has $7,000 in the budget to spend before the end of June 2021. $600 has already been allocated for rat cards. $2,400 was donated for Unity Day. $300 was paid to Poe for the series. New business, Lynn Williams made a motion to go ahead and use the $600 set aside for rat cards and order 3,000 cards pending the approval of a picture change, asking that the picture on the rat card reflect the people we serve. Ryan seconded the motion. Motion approved unanimously. Lynn has AD, CNC brochures in English and Spanish, which will be kept at the City of Raleigh Pathways so that all commissioners have access. As a backup, Ryan would like to have scanned copies on a file to ensure that resources are all in one place. Meeting was adjourned. I'm sorry, motion to close to adjourn the meeting was made by Ryan, seconded by Lynn. Meeting was adjourned at 12:52.
Okay, thank you very much. Can we get a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
Motion to approve minutes from the last meeting.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Aye.
show of hands is unanimous. All right, okay, great. So we don't have any public visitors. Also add to the record, Ryan, could you say your name and so that we know you're here?
Hi, Ryan Johnston. I'm here driving.
All right, be careful.
Okay.
All right. Okay, liaison, any remarks?
I just want to confirm brochures are in our office in the Pathway Center, and you can contact me so we can make arrangements if you need to utilize those. So we do have them in stock in one of our storage rooms and accessible as needed. The other thing I do want to promote, the Office of Equity and Inclusion does have a series called Talk Inclusion this month, and that is Uplifting Asian Voices. The second session, one just occurred right now. The second session is going to be April 21st. That means next Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. Great session. It was just part of one of them, and it was an amazing conversation. So just if you're interested in joining, you can shoot me an email and I can forward you the link so you can join. And I can definitely share with everyone at the end of this call. I'll just go ahead and forward it to everyone.
Okay.
That is all.
All right, so the brochures you're talking about all of our materials.
Yes. So the what you ordered is the full amount. I think the photo was changed, approved.
Okay,
and so
the rat cards are in.
The rat cards. Yes.
Oh, yay!
Yes. So that is in already.
You all just don't realize it's taken us 3 years to get these rat cards. Oh, wow. Wonderful. Wonderful. I might just get one just to look at it. Okay, great stuff. Wow. Susan, it's really happened. Oh my gosh. Okay. Chairman's report. I was going to report that following the meeting last month, we did get together and they got the picture changed for the rat cards so that they could go forward with the rat cards. And as you just heard, the rat cards are done and they're here. Okay, great. Nicholas, I just want to say great job on that and you and your committee. Great job on the proposal. I can't wait to hear you talk about it. I read over it and we're on the right track. Getting a positive feeling about the commission and the things we're doing, and keep up the efforts, everybody. It's working. We got rat cards. Y'all just don't know. I'm gonna say that again. We have rat cards. So we got rat cards. We got a outreach plan. I'm not going to talk about it, let Nick just tell about it, but everything everybody's doing, and that's what's been missing from the commission is we've been meeting and doing a lot of talking, but the doing part is what we've been focusing on. And right now I see everybody doing, and that's just great stuff. And that's it for the chairman's report. So let's go to committee reports. So
Well,
okay,
the
so
tr-
you all will notice on your agendas where it says city council liaison remarks, and then it says staff liaison report. So Aura is the staff liaison. Our city council liaison is City Councilman Corey Branch. And so that's, if you wonder, well, why is it in two places? That's the distinction between the two. Okay. So we go to committee reports. Does somebody have a comment?
no, I was just gonna say that the treasurer report had remained the same.
Okay.
There haven't been any further expenses.
Okay, so no changes in the treasury report. Okay.
Right.
All right, so let's go to medicine drop-off subcommittee. Who's chair of that?
Well, since we decided to do it this year, did it ever get reassigned to somebody?
I thought it got reassigned, but I mean, there's nothing going on with it at the moment.
I think
Yeah.
I know I'm helping with, I can't remember. I'm looking back through the notes to see if, I don't think I was.
Is it you and
I think we're partnering with outreach because they're so intertwined. But yeah, we haven't had, because of the cancellations and whatnot, I do think that's probably our next good planning is to be able to figure out how to, I think now that things are opening up a little bit, we could certainly work to plan another event, as well as I know, the Post Center is still passing out lock boxes and medicine disposal products. And there are some in like Johnston County. I know our staff has helped out with some take back events. So they're beginning to creep back out there. So we could certainly add that to our goals again, I think.
okay. Also, I was gonna say, if someone, this is Elliot, if someone could, as part of those committees, part of the medicine drop-off subcommittee, reach out to Officer Bruce Billsup and see if the police have any plans or where the DEA and the city are at on maybe a future event plan, say for the fall.
I know I had reached out to someone with the city to give me the contacts for Bruce. What is his last name?
Bill, excuse me, Billzub, Bilzub.
Okay. Bilzub. And I don't remember getting any information from my request to get the contact. Unless someone else has it just on hand or they know from past events.
Or if you could, Kathy, I don't know if you go into the office, they over there at Pathways, but Kathy Ector would have Officer Bill's contact information.
And get that. And so I'll be sending that to you, Susan. I'll get that contact and forward it to you.
All right. I'll, by next meeting, would have reached out and we can see what we can learn about what they're doing or give that the catalyst to think about what we want to plan. But we certainly are always in partnership with them. So
Yeah.
we'll do it alone.
All right. Okay, thank you. Education Susan.
Okay.
Education Subcommittee.
All right. Well, I have more answers to this one. So the Post Center has kicked off their, we call it our youth culture series. And out of those 12 sessions that we're offering online in the evening for families, youth and adults, there's 3 that the SUAC is sponsoring. And so we had our youth culture, e-cigarettes 101, We did have just 3 adults attend that, but we've been offering that program quite a bit, which I thought, because it was popular, I chose that one as a sponsorship. But we are doing our youth culture, adolescent brain development and addiction coming up this Thursday, and we already have about 15 people signed up for that. And so I haven't checked lately. I'll check soon because I got to send out the link to figure out what the final numbers are. And then we have next week the family and youth for 5th graders program to help families learn about the choices and consequences of use and basic information about the effects on the body and behavior in kind of a game format. And that will be online next Tuesday at 6:45. So if y'all end up visiting the website or you want to sign in and peek in and see the programs, and you're certainly welcome to do that just as a SUAC member. And as well as the resources that we pass out. We always load them up with a lot of good handouts and materials and so forth to continue the conversation and education. So so that is our update. I hopefully have some numbers to share what that was like. But it's across the website and it's connected to the whole series more or less, because when you see it on the list. So that is our shout out for that.
Okay.
And real quick question. I know once this is done, Kathy in the past wanted the invoice in sooner than later. So I will work to, and I guess I'll send that to you, Aria, right? The invoice for that. And I will, once we finish the last program on the 20th, I will work to get that to you, because I know we have to get everything in by wrapping up by June, correct?
Yeah, most like I believe May, the end of May, they start shutting everything down. So if you can get it in before May, that'd be better.
Yes, I will do that.
Okay. All right. And let me skip one. Go to the communication subcommittee.
So I was able to get in touch with Maggie Thomas at Davie Street Presbyterian, and they actually have stopped doing the testing sites, but now are working on vaccine clinics. And so there is one on April 24th from 10 to 4 that they are doing. And they are having a meeting today. I talked to her and she thought that the committee within the church would love to partner with us, but she just had to talk to them at their meeting today. And she said that she thought that they would approve and be happy to hand out any information we wanted to give during that event. She was also going to get the number of how many vaccines they're planning on giving. So that would let us know how many packets of information we needed to have. I have gotten Tracy's information with resources. We have the RAC card we can include. The one thing that is missing is I would like to include just kind of like a fact sheet about substance use during COVID. I found a little bit of information that overall it seemed a little low to me, but a 13% increase in substance use. I thought that number seemed a little low, but so I don't know if there's anybody who would want to come up with a quick little fact sheet to attach to the handout. If so, I can include that in the packet and then figure out, I guess the city can print them for us. So that I think we'll be able to get done. It's, I guess, about 10 days away. I don't know if we want to have one of us there on the site or take shifts. I'm actually, unfortunately, out of town that weekend, so I can't be there. But I think also if we just got them the packets of information, they'd be happy to hand them out with the other stuff that they hand out as well. So I think that just depends on what the committee wants to do.
Okay. And that's at Davie Street Baptist Church?
No, it's actually, several churches downtown are doing it. It's going to actually be at the First Baptist Church downtown.
Oh, the First Baptist. Okay.
Wilmington. Yeah, but it's downtown.
Which First Baptist? Eatonton Street or Wilmington?
The Wilmington one, Wilmington Street.
Okay.
It's on, yeah.
And tell me, Ryan, I'm sorry, the time again on that in the
10
date?
to 4. 10 to 4 on April 24th.
And
Hey,
I
and
was,
Ryan,
Mhm.
oh,
I'm
go ahead,
sorry.
Lynn.
I was just gonna say that I still have the information for the Alcohol Drug Council. Susan, I've come by the post center a couple of times, but nobody was there. I was telling Elliot that I have stopped by a couple times, and I should have called you and said I'm coming or I'll be there or whatever. So I will come as soon as, is somebody there today?
So someone's there every day. You have to ring the buzzer because we have the facility locked.
Mhm.
And then someone will come to you. Are you, Lynn, were you wanting to pick up what exactly, the bend with the?
No, we had talked about, after the meeting, we had talked about having some of the materials at the post center as well. Cause you said you had everything.
Yeah,
Do you
the
not
bin,
recall
the
the
bin.
conversation?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. So the bin that we just have like a storage container that we put the materials in. Is that, so that's what
Right.
you're wanting to, okay.
Right.
So yeah, I would need to be there. They wouldn't be able to hunt that down.
Okay.
easily.
And Ryan, I'll take it to the pathways for does that have to be during business hours? Or can the security guard take it at any time?
So the Pathway Center is opened, I believe it's from 8 to 5. So, and the security guard is only there during that time frame as well, Monday through Friday.
Okay.
So let me recap with Ryan. So, and Lynn, you want the bend of handouts to go into the packets that Ryan's developing? Is that what I'm
Well, I
hearing?
thought that's what we had talked about, but
Yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah, I think in that bend is it's probably not a high volume of consistent handouts. Like we got maybe 20 on, alcohol use and 15 on marijuana. It's not enough to make like packets of.
Okay, no, the bin that you have, we had talked about just putting some of the information that I had in your bin.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
So that it would be available in 2 places because we can't always get into the pathways.
Great. So if you have,
And you,
if you have anything to drop off, then between the business hours, sometimes they might leave the site maybe by 3 some days.
okay.
If you're popping by there, you just, to the right of the front door, there's a buzzer
Mhm.
and someone's manning that all the time because we have a lot of deliveries and whatnot. So and just tell them just give them my name and they will put it aside for me and I will add it to the bin that we have on site. And Ryan, you need that COVID and substance use information kind of fact sheet by what time? You said 2 days?
Well, the event is on the 24th. So yeah, I don't know how long it takes to get printing done with the city. I don't know, maybe they can speak to that. But I would assume by Monday at the latest, and then we could get them printed and into the hands of whomever is going to distribute it for us, whether it be internally or if we get it to the volunteers with the churches.
Also, I'm sure a lot of y'all have gotten these materials, the Hope for NC materials. The other treatment centers or whatnot have those. I see Lynn shaking her head. They've been passing them out like crazy. So we have a number of cards for those that is a support network. Lynn could probably speak to it better that are set up during this COVID time to help with mental health issues and resources and whatnot. So I have a whole stack of those kind of cards.
Okay.
And Lynn, you might, if y'all are hooking up.
I think that would go. I think they would work, Susan.
Yeah.
If if you have enough of those, they would probably work. They're probably the most up to date.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I need to bring, so those are, the other one the handout I can probably send to Aria to get printed, but the cards I can drop off at Pathways. Is that a good place to pick up things or do you want me to do something different?
Why don't is somebody going to be there this afternoon?
At the Post Center?
Post Center? Yeah.
Let's see, what time? I can look and see if I can pop in.
probably between 2 and 3. I could come and just get them. I would ask that, can I also take the bin with me? Because I want to take each of those, I know we talked about it before, but I want to make all these documents digitally available. So if I could take the bin with me, I will scan them digitally. And then once we have a good library of everything that we have now, I'll send that out to everybody. So would that be okay with everyone if I took the bin for a week or so?
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, Lynn, I can meet you over there at, so do you want to shoot for 2:15? Is that good?
2:15. Yeah, that sounds great.
So so Susan, if somebody's there, then after this meeting, I'll drop the stuff off as well so that Ryan can get that as well.
All right, I'll
go between 1 and 2.
All right, I'll give them a call and let them know to listen out for your buzzer.
Thank you.
Yes, excellent. All right, so go ahead.
Quick question regarding the printout. How many copies do we actually need? And could it just be like a sheet of paper, or do we want something formal, informal?
So my contact was going to find out how many vaccines they're doing. She wasn't sure. And so I should have that information after their meeting today.
Okay, because that's going to depend if we can do in-house copies. If we need 100 copies, we can probably just do that in-house. Or if we need to do more, then we might have to send that out, and we might have to vote on, spending a couple of dollars out of your budget to print those.
Yeah, let's see, 6 hours. They're probably is going to be about 50, just in how long it takes to do a vaccine. So I would imagine between 50 and 60, but I'll let you know for sure.
No.
Yeah. Well, we can print more, but
I would count on 200.
No, but they'll know exactly for this event. They'll know exactly how many vaccines they're giving because these people have appointments. So we could print more to have on hand, certainly, but I think what our need will probably be about 60 people. We can't vaccinate as quickly as we can test. So we can't reach as many people through the vaccine clinics as we would have been able to through the testing. But yeah, I'm certainly happy to have copies on hand to be able to just use them. We won't have to redo this again.
Hey, and Ryan, if we need somebody to, I can certainly get a couple of guys down there to hand that stuff out if you need it. If you want to just shoot me an email a couple of days before, and I'll go down there with some of our guys. It would be a great thing for them to do.
Awesome. That would be great. Really good. Okay, that's all I have for the communications. Does anybody else have anything?
I do. Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah.
So last meeting, I had mentioned that I could follow up with Activate Good to see if they've got any events coming up where we could pass out information. And unfortunately, they did not. But it sounds like this vaccination clinic that's coming up is going to be a good start. They also suggested just taking some of the RAT cards and leaving them at different clinics or different doctors' offices. I don't know if there are parent support groups that we are in contact with. I don't know if Healing Transitions or other organizations. I see Tracy shaking her head. So I'm happy to volunteer in the next couple of weeks. It's going to have to be the 1st of May or a little bit later. I'm happy to come pick up some of those cards. And if we've got places where we know we want to drop them off, I'm happy to take those RAT cards and drop them off so that places have them available.
Also, I want to add for the pickup today, Ryan and everybody, we have some Datera medicine disposal bags that we would like to get out to people. So I can provide you 60, 70, whatever you need of those. And that can be, I don't know if you can put these in an envelope or just staple them, but they're very passable, outable. So for lack of a better word, great. Get those out.
Very pass-outable. That's a good one. Okay.
I'm here for you. You need an extra word, I can find it. So I'll have all that for y'all. And then if anybody needs if anybody thinks you have a site or some place that could use a couple of those, as long as you help us track the numbers, we're trying to keep tabs on our data of how many people get these bags, but so we don't want them just sitting in a closet somewhere. But if you have an event coming up, or you want to be able to pass them out, we could probably partner with anybody if you happen to hear of something else. So we're usually taking those and Mock Your Meds information out to some of the sites like we did where the food see, now I can't say it, where the people come by and pick up the food. For the medicine testing sites, we've been part of those. So just know that we just got a big shipment in if anybody sees a good spot.
Susan, if we need to coordinate, I'm happy to, if there's a place where I'm taking wrap cards that can also use medicine disposal bags or any of the information that you have, I'm happy to wrap all of that up and just take it to wherever it needs to go.
Great. We can touch base on, because I would like to know, like, if the sites are able to, they're distributing kind of a thoughtful way that we can keep some tabs on numbers. And just got to be careful with our supply too, just to make sure that we have that connection. But I think that sounds great. The goal is to get them out of our building and out to people. So
yeah, no problem. I'm happy to be a courier.
great.
Well,
Thank
the medicine disposal, we can always use them in Oxford House.
Great. Okay. If you have a set number you want to take away and kind of get out, then I can get that ready for you.
Okay.
And then we can always just kind of sparse them out like that, and then we keep tabs on things.
Okay.
And don't forget, let people know that these medicine disposal bags are very pass-outable.
Pass-outable.
There you go. Okay, so
that's right.
All right.
I'm trademarking that phrase.
All right. Anything else from communications? Okay, great. Because I want to give Nicholas an outreach time. So outreach subcommittee.
Well, we're going to hand that over to Nicholas because he has done a phenomenal job, and we want him to go ahead, Nick. You make us look good.
I just wrote some stuff. There's still a lot of stuff to do. Thanks everyone. And first and foremost, I just want to apologize because I should have probably had this out a couple of months ago, but we finally got it done, and I think we can start kind of moving on it if I guess if we need to vote on it. But did everybody get a chance to look over the document? Because I can certainly share it on my screen if necessary. Would that be helpful?
Yeah, it might keep us on track to see it.
Okay.
I got my version, but I'm.
Just remember to give us the 15-minute version, Nick.
Yep.
Excuse me, Nicholas. I didn't mean to just call you Nick.
No, everybody can call me Nick. That's great.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm having a little trouble here. My permissions for some reason.
Want me to share that for you?
Yeah, if you could, that would be great.
Okay.
Yeah, for some
Let me
reason,
go
it's
ahead
not
and-
letting me share my screen. Do you have a copy?
I have a copy.
Awesome.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so so the outreach committee got together a couple of weeks ago, and before this had been completely, I guess, fleshed out, and we kind of threw some ideas, bounced some ideas back and forth. But the idea is pretty simple: is that on a monthly basis, we basically hold like a session, and the session could be anything from an educational presentation to a kind of town hall style session where we're hearing feedback from the community and maybe specific constituencies within Raleigh about what their issues are regarding substance use. But I think like the main kind of modality here is like education and presentation style and getting out into the community. We would basically put a monthly schedule together, and the monthly schedule that I have on the proposal is really preliminary. I think it needs to be kind of, there needs to be some more work put into it. I think that, you know, some of the other commission members definitely should have a voice in it. There's probably things that I did not think of. But the real goals here, right, are for us to get out into the community, engage with, you know, the people of Raleigh, to really hear from them. And really, I think this could, you know, bolster our, the knowledge of the commission within the city. And so I've put together kind of a proposed schedule, and I again pushed it back another month because I think it's going to take us some time to really put together, you know, each session and produce it the way that it needs to. I was going to put a budget on here, but I thought to myself that I think this really can be done for the cost of a Zoom account, as long as we can find people that are willing to volunteer and speak. And just to kind of give you an idea of like what I was thinking, for one of them, I was thinking we could really do a session on like what resources there are in Raleigh, and we could get some people from maybe the 12-step like GSO to talk about how to find AA meetings. Maybe somebody from Healing Transitions to talk about their program, and kind of do a panel discussion. There's another program called Raleigh Recess that hosts sober activities in Raleigh, how people can access that and kind of do a panel discussion about what resources are available. I was also thinking that it would be possible for us to partner with organizations that are already producing sessions or programs, much like the Post Center, and then kind of just tacking that onto the schedule so we don't need to produce a session each month, and really just help that partner organization sponsor, market, provide resources for that that event, and then also give us an opportunity maybe to announce, you know, talk about the commission's work for 5 minutes before the program started to help us, you know, kind of gain attendance at both these meetings and the outreach series. And then I kind of put together a section on what I think like the workflow should be. And I think this right now, as it stands, and I put in my email, this is a pretty big project. We might want to pare it down to doing one every other month. But essentially, I think that the next step is for us to kind of put together a working group, maybe made up of each person from the commission or from each committee. And they kind of get together and meet and finalize the schedule. Then we vote on that schedule, and then we kind of put ourselves into teams based on interest. And each team would then work to produce a one of the series. And you know, those people would work to market it, would work to host it, and work to find the speakers, and kind of the format for the meeting. Also, I'd love to say that if we want to pick who meets to finalize that schedule today at this meeting, I would be happy to host that meeting if people are feeling comfortable about being in person at Green Hill Recovery's office. And if there are some people that aren't willing to be in person, I have a great camera that can capture both in person and virtual, so we can all do a little bit. But I have a great conference room with whiteboards, and we could get together in the next week or so and really hammer out what that schedule should look like and bring it back to the commission the next meeting. Then lastly, I put a little blurb on here about marketing the series. I think that will be the biggest challenge. And as I often tell people that I work with at Green Hill, like, right, we're really just trying to engage one or two people and then grow it from there. So I think, you know, we might just see very limited attendance in the beginning, but we'll learn from what we're doing. I think we should probably really focus our efforts on a virtual marketing strategy, you know, using social media, putting together a virtual flyer, and then kind of drawing on our own personal networks to drive attendance to these events. And then lastly, I really, a big part of what I like to do, you know, project management wise, is really come up with some outcomes that we want to see and make those outcomes measurable. So we kind of decide on that. And I think one of them definitely could be like what we see, what we kind of want for attendance to grow over the time that we are kind of implementing this project, and really look back, hey, what these attendance numbers are like this, what can we do to better affect those? And I think that that's a really important part of this as well. That's the short version, I guess.
Okay, great. Any comments?
I think it was great. It's really, you got some really good structure here to build on. I know all this does take each one filling in the needed steps, but it's so great that y'all thought about everything from topics to target populations to outcomes. So if I would love to be in on the conversation when y'all kind of, that you mentioned about getting everybody to kind of start hashing it out more. So
I would love to be a part of that hashing it out as well. I'm happy to help out any way you want me to. I don't know that I can meet in person next week, but I could certainly, if you decide to meet next week, I may be able to do it virtually. The week after is going to be much better for me, but I'm happy to do whatever I can.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is there
for virtual too? So.
Okay. Is there anybody else that would be interested in participating in that?
Yeah.
Well, of course, Tracy and I want to participate, but I will say that I have a conference the 28th and the 29th for the Alcohol Drug Council. So we're doing our virtual Outer Banks conference.
Okay. How about this? I will send an email later this afternoon. We'll coordinate on a time, and those of us who can't be there can certainly, I will make myself available for a phone call or an email, and you can certainly, I'd love to hear your input, and then just I'll make sure that gets brought up when we meet to discuss.
Okay, so we got Lynn, Nicholas, Tracy, Holly, and Susan. We're gonna get together on. Okay, cool. All right, any new business? Okay. Remember the upcoming vaccine clinic and you all's meeting. Do we need to, Ara is say 200 copies. Is that something doable or something that we would have to give funds for?
What I can do is we can look at printing. If we're gonna get it by Monday, let's go ahead and print. Tuesday I can print in-house. I would say 100, and then if we needed some extra ones, in the next meeting we can vote on it, or you guys can vote on it and see if you want some extra ones. We can do something more formal and get those printed through the print service.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ryan, you think that 100 is gonna hold you?
It'll hold us. And that actually Nick and I are meeting or having lunch next Wednesday. So if I can get those packets to him in his hands Wednesday, he can get it to his guys to pass out on Saturday. So does that work for the city printing wise?
I can print them in-house Tuesday, and then I have the cards. So if somebody can pick both on Tuesday, and Nicholas can have those by Wednesday. Perfect.
Okay, right. So I'll be the one that comes to get the stuff from you either Tuesday or Wednesday morning.
Okay.
Okay, great.
We'll coordinate then. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
I'm going to work on the flyer for the code and ATOD info. And if you'll just, I always like a proofreader. So if I could send that, make sure it looks up to par. And then if after that, if you want to just send it to Aria, then we'll.
Aria, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Thank you. And we should have everybody's emails, so we're good.
Okay. Wow. Oh, you all just don't know what a relief this is to see the commission doing this. Wow. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very, very much. Anybody, anything else? Okay. It's almost identical to last month. Do we kind of get a motion from somebody? It's 12:52 again.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn this meeting.
Second.
All right.
Susan, I'm on the way.
The motion's been made and seconded, and everybody enjoy this beautiful weather. Look forward to seeing you all very soon. Hopefully we'll all see each other the 24th. We don't have to wait all the way until May to see each other again.